An intimate dinner, a gala with Ryan Serhant at the tallest, most expensive listing in the United States and probably the world, overlooking Central Park on Billionaires Row. Yes, that is with a B, Billionaires Row, for $250 million. Not a big deal. We were so high up that the Empire State Building looked like an ant. I could practically see Saturn's rings. Yes, the planet Saturn. I could basically see its rings with my own eyes from the roof. But more on that later. I wanted to explain my experience and share what I learned, and I almost feel like this is some kind of a food or a movie review, but this is why you shouldn't attend Ryan's next mastermind. And you see what I did there? Now you have to watch until the end, but I promise you will not be disappointed. Also, sidebar, I have absolutely no clue how I wound up here. I think I had a few glasses of wine, a push notification came through my email about this listing and dinner with Ryan and Glenda. Next thing you know, I woke up in the morning with instructions on where to stay and the information on the event. Anyway, first, the gala. The invitation said elevated cocktail attire. I wear a suit every day. I like to think I have some fashion sense, some fashion skill. Pretty metro if you ask me. But this elevated cocktail term really got in my head. People were telling me to wear a tuxedo, black tie, white tie, bow tie. It was a mess. My anxiety level was already at a 10. So the bus leaves at 4:30, where we will be whisked away to the most expensive listing in the world. I am terrified of heights. I've never even been on a roller coaster before. I must have changed my outfit 300 times before even getting on the elevator. And luckily for me, a familiar face walks on the elevator on the 9th floor, and it is Miss Glenda Baker. Absolute sweetheart, mom vibes. My anxiety went down a little. Once we got off the elevator, Kyle Scott, the president of Serhant Ventures, greeted me. Turns out we're actually from the same hometown. The staff that Ryan has did an amazing job of welcoming everybody and making them feel at home. I also had a few people come up to me and ask to take pictures and videos, and they told me how much they love my content, which to me is the coolest thing in the world. It is such an honor, and it's very humbling that people from all across the country are watching our social media and our content, so that also made me feel a little bit better. Also, I got compliments on my suit, so I guess I did an okay job. So now we get on this giant party bus and we head to the gala. On the way there, I sat next to a gentleman who has been selling real estate for over 40 years, an absolute legend. He explained to me that the last time he was here at Ryan's event, he had triple bypass surgery the day after. He was from Augusta, Georgia, and he told me no less than 100 times how he got Charles Barkley to play golf at Augusta National, and that Barkley didn't know who Ryan Serhant was. No joke, he told me 100 times. It was a 40-minute car ride. Great guy though, but I think he was more anxious about driving through the tight city streets than I was about being there, so that kind of helped me too. So we finally get to the Central Park Tower, and it is magnificent. Ryan's team once again did an amazing job of welcoming everyone. Pictures were taken. Some guy had a GoPro on his chest, which was pretty genius. I don't think I took a single picture or video, and I'm really not sure why. But as soon as we got upstairs, everybody formed a single file line to meet Ryan. I just made a beeline right for the bar. Jackson, the bartender, probably the only name I remembered the entire mastermind, and obviously America from Greenville, because how could you forget that name? But Jackson kept my glass filled the entire night. Little liquid courage never hurt anyone. Also, Ryan's jacket looked like it was formed from a granite countertop, and he was drinking a pink hibiscus margarita. I got to throw a little friendly chirp around here, right? Anyway, I fortunately got seated across from Miss America and Glenda and had an amazing dinner and evening. I think the hors d'oeuvres were too bougie for me though, because I didn't eat a single thing. The listing was remarkable. The views were truly once in a lifetime. The networking and the relationships made were incredible. After dinner, we were taken downstairs to another residency where we did breakout sessions with Ryan and the other hosts. And this is really cool for me because I have had Ryan on my podcast. I've interviewed with Serhant at one point. We've gone back and forth on social media, but it's hard to relate to Ryan. Unless you're selling $250 million condos in the sky, or running a business, or you're on a TV show, it can be tough to relate. And I would imagine if you're any of those things, you're probably not watching this. So for a majority of us, he is a major inspiration, maybe even the main reason why you got licensed. Getting to just briefly hang out and speak with Ryan, it really humanized him for me. I realized that he has the same problems that we all do. Maybe with a few just extra commas or on a grander scale. I realized that he doesn't stop. What you see is what you get. When I asked him what his one issue he was dealing with professionally or business related, he told me that at the gala, which his wife attended, was the first time that he had seen her in over a month. A month without his wife, and I'd even imagine his daughter. That's really tough. That's real life problems. I have to say, not that it probably matters and I owed it to him, but he really gained my respect, or even more respect than he already had, and admiration, because there are so many fakers in this business, or really in every business, on social media, etc. But Ryan's really doing it, and he's doing it at a level that no one else is. So to answer the questions, would I go again? Was it worth it? And would I recommend that you go to it? All of those answers are yes, yes, and yes. It was an amazing event. The networking was fantastic. They put together such a great mastermind. I would recommend it to everyone. And hopefully Ryan does not hate me. And hopefully he doesn't watch this either. Anyway, definitely check out the Sell It Like Serhant Mastermind. Check out his course. Check out the Facebook group. Shout out to Drew and shout out to Kyle for doing such an amazing, incredible job. I think Serhant hates me.